Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are going to take a chilly walk down the beach with you and talk about what Myrtle Beach is really like in the month of January. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. And if you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. As you can see with the people bundled up, there's a few sort of hardcore people out, but it's a beautiful, look over here. It's a beautiful sunny day. Lots of blue skies everywhere. It's just chilly. It's, I'm not sure what the temps are. It's in the 40s, upper 40s, I would say, but it is windy. We've got sustained winds about 12 miles an hour, and we've got gusts well above that, and so that's what makes it really chilly. And the wind off the water at this time of the year is chilly as well. If you're interested in more information about January weather, we actually have a video that's focused just on the weather. It's in the description below, one of the links below. There's a weather playlist. That'll give you all the average temperatures for this time of the year and everything you need to know. So definitely check that out for more information. My short tip for packing would be pack lots of stuff. Layers, layers, layers. Because once in a while, like yesterday, it hit 70. We get nice warm weather, but it's sporadic this time of the year, and it's definitely not consistent. I would say, just on average, most days the highs are in the mid to upper 50s and the lows are in the 30s or 40s. It's pretty moderate here. It's not super freezing most of the time. Can have a cold storm. It happens, like a cold snap where it gets incredibly cold, but that's not the norm. So since we're walking in the sun right now, despite the wind, despite the cold, it actually doesn't feel that bad. It's chilly, like your hands get cold, but not too bad. So this may tell you, since we're right here on Hotel Row, right where all the hotels are, that this time of the year, for sure, the beach is not crowded, but also even off the beach where you have all the restaurants and everything, it is also probably the least crowded. January, February, and we'll talk more about February in February, are probably the two least crowded months at Myrtle Beach. So if you're someone who would like to get away and get away from the crowds, this is definitely the time of year to do it. You don't have long waits for stuff like restaurants. You can walk through attractions without a ton of people. There's a lot of pluses to coming this time of the year. Probably the biggest plus is that you can get monthly rentals at resorts. Not all resorts, but some resorts have monthly rentals. So do condos, other things, even private people like Verbo and that kind of thing, for the month of January and or February, or even December sometimes. But especially in January and February, you can get some really cheap monthly rates. So if you'd like to escape the cold of wherever you live and go somewhere a little bit warmer, like I said, it's not hot here. It's still chilly, but you still get the palm trees. You still got some really nice days here and there. If you'd like to and we definitely have almost no snow here. It can happen, but it melts in like 2 hours. It's not a common occurrence here. So if you'd like to get away from the cold weather and you have some flexibility with your job, or you're retired, that's definitely an option. A lot of people work remote now or have options to work remote. So if you want to come somewhere warmer for a month, it's a good option to do. But there are things still to do here. That's what makes it so nice in the winter. There are a handful of things that close down. If you've been watching our month-by-month series, you may already know some of this, but just in case you're new to our channel, quickly, some of the rides shut down in the off-season in January and February especially, but even some other months. So like Family Kingdom and some of the other amusement rides shut down for maintenance and just because the crowds are down. There are also attractions and restaurants that change their hours. So if you have a favorite restaurant or attraction that you go to in the summer, you may want to check their website or call them to make sure they have the same hours. For example, some restaurants that are open for lunch and dinner might just open for dinner. Or restaurants that normally open at 11 in the summer might open at noon for lunch this time of the year, and same with shops. For example, Broadway at the Beach is a good example. They open at 10. There's two attractions there that open at 9. That's Wonderworks and unless their hours have changed, and the aquarium, and I know for sure the aquarium opens at 9. Everything else there, their official hours open at 10. However, this time of the year, some things don't open until 11. So that's another good example of what I'm talking about. But once the afternoon hits, most things are open. That's when most people, I think, are out and about. And if you have one of these oceanfront resorts, then you're going to have this amazing view of the ocean here. I mean, it's so beautiful. You got these cold seagulls here hanging out. They're probably not as cold as I am. They're probably built for this. So, I mean, you're going to have an amazing view even if you're inside. So that's a plus to staying oceanfront if you can. This Residence Inn here by Marriott, just to my left, is the taller building, not the short one. We have stayed there a couple of times, and it's pricey, but it is nice. We enjoyed both of our stays there, so people are always asking us where to stay. Since we're local, we haven't stayed at a lot of the hotels, but I would definitely recommend that one. I wanted to call it out since we're passing it. And no, we're not affiliated in any way. We paid our hard-earned cash to stay there, and it was, like I said, it was pricey. And that was in the off-season. It's even more in the summer.
Starfish.
Oh, yeah. Brian spotted a partial starfish here. That's the second one we've seen, and you don't see a lot of starfish down here at Myrtle Beach. If you go down to Pawleys Island, you'll usually see a lot, just because of the way the waterway there and everything. There's a lot of starfish, but here you don't, on Myrtle Beach proper, you don't see them as frequently. And there's part of a shell. But that's the nice thing about January. If you can take the cold, because it can get cold, like I said, we can have some really chilly days, or especially chilly mornings.
See it?
Oh,
that's funny.
I can't zoom in on this camera, but this seagull's eating a starfish. Poor starfish. He may not be alive anymore, but poor starfish. So today's wildlife program is brought to you by Brian and Carmen. We're seeing all kinds of wildlife today. Other things to do that are fun to do indoors, we have in a video that I will link in the description below. It's what to do when it's raining or cold. And the same attractions that are fun in the rain are also fun in the cold. So I'll link that below. But just a few things off the top of my head. We have some great shopping here, and we actually have a thriving mall. The Coastal Grand Mall is fun. You've got Ripley's Aquarium, which is indoors. You've got several Ripley's attractions on Ocean Boulevard that are indoors, such as the Believe It or Not Museum, they call it Auditorium. They have a Crazy Golf that's indoors. There's also another indoor golf on Kings Highway called Cancun Mini Golf. You've also got the new Illusion Lab by Ripley's and the Mirror Maze and the Haunted Adventure. Those are all indoors. Brian, you got any other indoor ideas? I guess the Wonderworks, that's indoors. If you've got children, that's more oriented for families. But if you've got the Upside Down building at Broadway at the beach. And then, of course, there's a ton of shows here. Most of them do run year-round. Some do take a break, so check your favorite show. But like I said, we've got that video with all kinds of things to do when it's chilly or raining. Because those days are going to happen even in the summer. You're going to get those rainy days as well. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now and click subscribe so you won't miss anything new. Thanks so much for watching. Until our next adventure.